Back at it again. Um, we're gonna figure out a weekly show for you guys. If you're watching this on the playback or you're coming in the chat, drop some comments on what y'all think would be a good show title. But we're gonna continue to give you guys this great content weekly. And today we got a special topic. So Prince O, if you want to let them know what we got on the agenda, we'll keep it moving.
What's good? What's good? What's good? When you guys get in the chat, put a one. If you guys can hear us, put a one in the chat if you guys can hear us. So we got a few things we're about to talk about today. First, you guys seen Tyree Gibson? Man, been simping. Jonathan Mayer, man, he got it. He just messed up the future bag, messing with the wrong woman, even doing the wrong stuff, not controlling his motion. And then the last video is why men are choosing to stay single. Basically, they're saying only the top percent of men are getting all the options, but we're going to debunk it, see if it's actually true. So if you guys are in the chat, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. All right, perfect.
Who up in the chizzy chat? And
What's
this will
boss,
be
man?
pretty interesting too, because I've seen these topics, but I haven't dove into them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be a good one. This will be a live reaction.
Yeah. Boss man, what's your comment? You said, did you see my last comment on YouTube video? Mr. Man Ashton, this might be for you though.
Boss man, what's good, bro?
Boss man,
yeah. I actually replied to the comment, bro. So yeah, I seen it.
Yeah,
Appreciate the love.
All right, we about to get into this. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear us. I only see one in the chat. Put a one in the chat or drop a fire emoji. Let's get to the extra simpage. And then also, we're going to be doing a live call-in show too. So put your questions in the chat. And if you guys want to hop on, the link is in the chat. So hop on after the 30-minute mark. But make sure to know your question before we jump on, all right? All right, you guys can see my screen. Put a one in the chat. I bet.
We good.
How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker, recipes. But he wasn't my type at all.
What? Whoa.
See this man's face?
Holy. Hold on.
This man is sick. Look at him.
Who is Paul Walker?
Bro, the worst part is Paul Walker. He not a brother, man. He's a white dude, bro.
I'm gonna see if I can pull him up real quick. Oh, okay. This was the dude that passed away, isn't it?
I don't know who Paul Walker is.
Yeah, he was the guy who like died from Fast and Furious.
Oh,
that kind of makes it even more fucked up. You know? Hold on.
And the thing is, if you look at his face, he was actually legit shocked. He might not have expected this. Let
me see. So yeah, that's Paul Walker right there. I mean, just like a everyday white dude.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, pause, but I mean, he's a Chad and he's famous.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
I mean, yeah, you can't really say he's just an average dude.
Damn, that's crazy. And this is his wife that said this?
This is his current girlfriend that he slid in the DMs for. But let's watch the rest of this video.
Damn.
Then we're gonna talk about it.
My type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And
get your fucking hands off me.
Run it back one more time. Let's play it all the way through. I just want to catch the subtleties of the hurtness.
How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker, recipes. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And
get your fucking hands off me.
See, I was trying to like the second clip around, I was trying to watch her the whole time to see if she was joking, but there was like a quote I heard where it was somebody saying like every joke has a piece of truth to it.
Mhm.
And I think that's what I'm getting out of this. It's like she's halfway for real. You know what I mean? Like she's joking, but she's not. Like she's kind of dead ass from what I got from the video. And
Bro, there's
yeah.
only so many jokes you can make, bruh. There's only so much. You're not gonna call a chick that's 2 pound, like one cheeseburger away from being overweight. You're not gonna joke about her being like, "Oh yeah, you one cheeseburger away from being overweight." There's certain
Right.
stuff that's just too far,
Exactly.
and it's like a lot of times it's like a lot of time once the camera comes on, her true feeling starts coming on because she's not thinking about what she's saying. She's just thinking about the fame. But
Yeah.
overall, if you're a guy who's watching this, right? One big thing is you guys, a lot of times, even celebrities get so caught up in how good looking a woman is, right? Yeah, you finally got that woman who's good looking. Yeah, you slid in a DM and she responded. But the thing is, you have to start vetting these women. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I do be asking women like, who's your celebrity crush or what's her type, right? And I kind of look who she follows too, just to gauge the type of person she likes. I mean, she might change her type for you, but usually she kind of sometimes always goes back to that type. But what I'm basically saying is just make sure to vet the woman you're talking to and make sure she's with you because she actually likes you.
Exactly. And you know, it's funny that she used someone who he's had movies with. So she probably was like for real. Like that's probably why she was watching Fast and Furious, because of Paul Walker, and obviously Tyrese was in the movie. And so it's like it's kind of like if you got, like, let's say you're on a basketball team and you're fucking with a chick, she might have not really wanted to mess with you. She really wanted to mess with your teammate, but you were like the next best thing. That's kind of like artists and celebrities and stuff like that. Like rappers, they'll always have this huge entourage, but they can't deal with all of these groupies or all these chicks, or maybe in the media, they don't want to be seen with them. So they pass them to the homies. And these chicks are perfectly fine with being to the next closest thing. Obviously, this dude is dead, but you get what I mean. Like they're fine with being with the next closest thing if you've had some type of affiliation with the person that they actually want to be with. And that's crazy how she just put it out there. And that's how you can tell she don't respect him like that.
Oof.
Like your girl do not respect you like that, even if it is a joke, because I'm always trying to look at it from a slightly different perspective, but not really oblivious. Even if it was a joke, don't play with me like that on camera, whatever. Don't play with me like that, because no one would have ever heard of her if it wasn't for Tyrese.
Yeah, and
Who is she?
we didn't even talk about one part. She kept on. He was like, "Get off me! Get off me! Get off me!" She kept on touching him, but she was probably trying to make it up. Like she realized she messed up, and she's trying to talk her way out of the situation. You know, a woman talk long enough, she gonna convince a guy that what she's saying wasn't really true, right?
Yeah,
but he's saying, "Get off me! Get off me!" And he didn't. She didn't stop. He didn't back down, and she never switched up. She didn't listen to him. So who knows? That could transition to something later on into a relationship. And put in the comments, what do you guys think? Have you guys ever been in a situation like this? I hope not.
Yeah, holy, that's not a good look at all. That's not a good look, brother. And, actually, one more time, since it's a short video, let's pull it up, because I do want to kind of break down the different body language throughout the video. So maybe like every 3 to 5 seconds, we'll pause it just to see, because I saw her looking away, like she was kind of thinking about it. You know, that's rough, and that shows you guys right there, Tyrese, money, status, and she talking about not her type, but for a lot of women out there, looks. He's a lot of women's type, right? So you got looks, you got money, you got status, you got everything in the playbook, and you got an average black chick. I'm not saying she's ugly, but she ain't, you know what I mean? Like she ain't nothing that I wouldn't see here in Alabama. And I know you would probably run into 10 of them where you live at. You know, you could go to your nearest freaking nightclub and she'll be bartending, you know?
I'm
Like
willing to but I'm willing to bet on Instagram she looked bad as hell.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
willing to bet
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
If you slid her DMs, she probably and she acting this. She
And-
is unfazed by him. She probably used to guys sliding her DMs of his caliber.
And that's crazy to me, bro. It's like he's hitting her up. You guys would think you choose the signal guys and all that. You would think that when you get to a certain point, she was sliding your DMs. She's an average chick. He's a full-blown celebrity, and he's still approaching her virtually.
Bruh, he's what you guys are striving to get to: the looks, the money, the status, and he's still going through this BS. But all right, let's jump through this, and we got another time we're gonna talk about it too.
How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My
Father.
type actually
Father.
He's trying to comprehend what's happening right here,
bro. As soon as she said he wasn't my type at all, he kind of had like that shoulder shrug or like that I know. And it's crazy how as soon as she said that, she like kind of gave him a little validation touch, like, oh, it's okay. It's kind of like when a woman isn't going to give you no pussy and she gives you the circle around your back. It's like, oh, it's okay. You're not getting no cat from me. And you just like, damn, you just sitting on the edge of the bed feeling sad. That's basically what she's giving him, like the puppy dog pet, like good boy. You slid in my DMs. You're not my type, but I realize that I can get some clout or get a name off of you, so I'll deal with it. But I'll still disrespect you in public. That's tough.
The wild part is she didn't even hesitate to say it. She didn't even hesitate.
Exactly.
But
like that's hurt right there.
Yeah,
he just laughing, smacking him across the head. That's legit hurt. He's like, what did she just say?
Bro, this is a feeling when you go on a date and then the woman orders every single thing off the menu. And then like, well, know you, I'm out. This is a thing guys make.
And then this is a prime example of why you guys need to learn how to genuinely attract women. Like legit, because this dude don't know how to do it, and it just shows you, if anything, that no matter how famous, how rich, how known you are, women still won't respect you like you think they will once you get to that status. Kind of like the Michael B. Jordan situation with the girl calling him corny and all of that. Guys, learn game now. Learn real game. Because this is, bro, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, this chick looked like somebody I've met before. Like, on some serious. It's like, it's nothing unique about it. So, for dude to be going outside like this over, it's sad, bro.
Yeah, nah, this is wild.
My type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying
And he just moved her hand so crazy. He's pissed.
Are interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And then that makes it even worse. She said that old buddy is her type, and she don't even like those type of men. So she could have chose anybody, but she specifically wanted to choose like someone that he worked with. And I, from what I remember, I think Paul had like a more significant role in Fast and Furious than Tyree. So it's just, it's all bad, bro. It's all bad.
No bad situation.
Jeez.
And
look at her just looking away.
Yeah, let's talk about the next situation then. We were talking about that. But yeah, fellas, man, you guys need to start properly vetting. Just because she look good doesn't mean she's always your type. You have to be making sure, before you even show her to the public, before you start putting her on your Instagram live, make sure she actually likes you for who you are. And the way you do that is by simply asking her the proper questions.
What's going on, Cadbury? He said she looks like the ran through chick down the street, fam. Exactly. And he was the biggest name to ever hit her ditch. And the sad part is he probably isn't. I mean, he was like, I slid in her DM, but it's like, bro, like,
I can guarantee.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if he signed her DM, she probably does not have a wholesome Instagram from listening to how she's talking. All right, this is a 2-minute video. We're gonna watch like half of it till it gets to.
He's starring Creed 3 and the latest Marvel movie, but over the weekend, actor Jonathan Majors was charged with assault after a 30-year-old woman told cops he attacked her. Les Trent reports Majors says he's innocent.
Actor Jonathan Majors is speaking out today after his arrest for allegedly injuring his girlfriend during a domestic violence incident. His attorney says, "We are quickly gathering evidence with the expectation that all charges will be dropped." Police say Jonathan Majors called 911 himself from an apartment here in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. He reportedly told police that his girlfriend was having an emotional crisis. But when cops arrived, she told them a different story, claiming that he struck her during a taxi cab ride after she grabbed for his phone to read a text message sent to him by another woman.
Oof. 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 Let's break down this whole situation. Because no matter how much clout, money, or status you have, if you're poor, rich, broke, college student, professional, you're going to run into this. Hey, if you're texting the other woman in your phone, if you're not vetting the woman properly, if she doesn't know what type of time you're on, or she doesn't respect you, she's probably, man, I've never had a girl grab my phone. I'm not going to lie. But if you're not properly having this conversation with a woman, if you're not properly putting her in her place or vetting her, she's going to disrespect you. Okay. And if it gets to a point where a woman is grabbing her phone, being aggressive with you, man, a lot of times it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because once you get any case on your record, that's going to hurt your future potential. It's going to hurt your future potential with your money and in your dating life and your woman and your status. So like a lot of times too, if you're a guy, you want to still date other women. We live in a society where women are open to just having open relationships, where women are okay with sharing. Man, a lot of women nowadays, they don't even want relationships like that. You don't have to. This is what happens when you're pressed to cuff her. And then you're chasing her, and then basically what ends up happening, you still being unfaithful because you just didn't want something. You just want to keep on being back in the streets. You wanted to have your cake at home. You want to keep on doing your thing. But nah, a lot of times, most women are open to sharing you, man. And even if she isn't, a lot of times, bro, if you have a good, respectful woman, she's not going to be reaching and grabbing your phone. But what you guys say about this?
Sheesh. Well, real quick, Sir Spade, Sam, I'm so happy to hear that, bro. I'm glad you made your life a lot better, because I know we go way back. That's a OG supporter, so I'm proud of you, bro. Speaking on this situation, oh my goodness, man, there's so much to unpack here, but I guess the 1 minute version of it is you gotta have your girl in check. And as a man, I was gonna go there and say as a black man, but I'm not gonna even go there. I'm just gonna say as a man, if you call the police on your woman, she is gonna flip the story. And guess who the cops are gonna believe? Just guess. It's never gonna, if it's ever, this is life advice for you guys, whether it's relationships, whether it's work environment, whether it's school. This is life for every man listening to my voice. If you're in a situation and it's your word versus the female's word, they will always take her word first. And that doesn't matter if you tell on her first. It will always be her word first. Is it fair? No. But you can't change it. So instead of trying to fight it or having your proof, like he could have had every piece of proof, but for him to say that she's having an emotional breakdown, and then for her to say that he physically assaulted her, they're going to take that a lot more serious, because an emotional breakdown is like whatever, and then to say like he was texting another woman, let's just say all of this wasn't true, they're still going to believe her over you, bro. You will never win if you're in a situation where you're trying to go against a woman, especially if you get the law involved. Oof. So don't play yourself, Oof. And now you're probably thinking, well, what should I do? I mean, women lie, blah, blah, blah. Don't deal with low quality women, especially like this, and especially in a romantic relationship. You don't have to be this guy who's a movie star to know this. You could be a regular guy, and this just proves to show you that it doesn't matter, what level these guys get. All of these guys are thirsty on every level. I'm pretty sure he was like at the peak of his career, right? Like
Yeah.
he probably could have plenty of women or any woman he wants, and he chooses to deal with a low quality woman that doesn't care to get him arrested, doesn't care to get him to go to jail, doesn't care to snitch on him, even though he called police first. And now he's screwed forever.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even. This story is still ongoing, but I low-key don't even blame her. It's survival of the fittest. If he called the cops, someone has to go to jail.
And then the damage is done. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the whole Andrew Tate situation. I got mixed feelings about that. I don't know what's true in this world now. But at the end of the day, even if they're completely innocent, the damage is done. The damage is done for this guy. Even if we go all the way back to someone like Chris Brown, the damage is done. No matter how many women may still want him and stuff like that. Yeah, women they're still going to be emotionally attached. Their coochie's still going to get wet. They're still going to want to be with a celebrity. But that whole situation that happened with him years ago, I mean, for most people, even when you mention the name Chris Brown, the first thing you think of is that negative situation, although he's done so much positive things afterwards. That's what's going to happen to this guy.
Bro.
The woman beater, the wife beater, whatever.
Nah, I definitely. So on my day naps, at one point I had my favorite thing to pregame to is Chris Brown, right? Because you go to the club, it's like there's a man on the floor that you ain't let it go. And then I remember once the Chris Brown situation happened with Rihanna, and everyone be like, "Whoa, he's an abuser. He's this, he's this, he's this." And I was like, "Yo, I can't use this no more." But the damage is already done to your name, so it's like he already messed up. I mean, it's still ongoing, but like, who's ever going to sign him? Even if it wasn't his fault, right? And he's innocent, it's still going to be attached to his name. People are still going to hate him. And a lot of things too, when you're going up, a lot of people don't talk about this. You low-key need the woman on your side if you really want to go mainstream. Right. Like Chris Brown, he's still big, but if he would like Drake, women don't go against Drake, and Drake is huge. Chris Brown is arguably up there with Drake, but not anymore because of that situation. Rihanna got more clout off of that.
And then this guy here, I mean, because I remember seeing some very questionable photos of him in the magazine. I seen all sorts of stuff with this guy, so it's like he was on his way, but so many guys will go out sad over a bitch, and once you do that, it's a wrap, because this woman, I mean, who is she? They got all the photos of him. Everybody knows who he is. I mean, who is this chick? But that just shows you how much power and influence women can have. And then the crazy thing is how we're talking about damage is done. I'm going to say this, but I know it's not going to happen. If men were to stick together the way women stick together, the damage probably wouldn't have been done as bad for this guy and all these other guys who've had their, stuff put together. But men are so competitive where, we can be so against each other. And women, they stick together. So like women are going to come to this lady's side, even a female cop. I mean, even other men will come to her side because of this situation. And they would love to see this guy who was essentially working on his way to being at the top go back down just like that over one incident.
That's a fact. Yo, we got some questions in the chat. What's good, Ricky? Day one, boy. What's good, Ricky? And Dress Scott said, "What's up, everyone?"
My guy, my boy Colin. What's good?
Was good. And then William Francis wants to know, how can I add more sex appeal to my dating app profile? So I can talk about this. Yeah. I will say one thing. Jonathan Major had a lot of sex appeal in his photos, even though he was very controversial. Women nowadays were saying he's the new face of Hollywood. And I think objectively he's not the most attractive guy, but he looked smacked as much as possible. Okay. So the way to have sex appeal, right, is one, there's two frames you can go as, right? You can either go as a pretty boy or a F boy. Those are the two ways that you're going to have a lot of results, right? So as you get older, it's better to go towards the F boy, the rugged looking style. So the way you're going to do that is one, you need a shirtless photo, right? You don't have to have abs, But if you have a bigger frame, it's going to help you with the sex appeal. So go on the beach, take that good photo, right? And then another thing, having a leather jacket on your photo is going to give you some sex appeal. It's going to give you a little bit of edge. One thing I do too is I have these cross earrings, so I show them, and I have like some jewelry on my hand. It gives me a little bit of sex appeal. So it might be. Let me pull up my Instagram too, so I can show you some examples. It's easy if you guys see it.
Word. And I think as well, Will, just remind yourself that your dating app or your Instagram, anything that you put online is basically your online resume. So however you want the woman to perceive you, it's going to be based off what you put on the photo apps, on the dating apps.
Yeah. So objectively, this is just an average photo, right? But it gives sex appeal because of the leather jacket. You can't really see the earrings, but it gives like a bad boy feel. You don't want to go for a nice guy feel. Once you start going for that bad boy feel, that's how you start getting more towards that sex appeal. Okay, and then I have a decent body, right? So me showing my abs and my veins, all this on the beach helps with my sex appeal. But you don't necessarily have to be the biggest person. You don't necessarily have to be in shape. But if you have a decent body, you should be working on the gym. That's going to definitely add to the appeal. Okay. So one thing that adds to appeal too is like the Pico with the leather jacket. Your fashion really adds a lot to the appeal. And then even this photo with the earrings and the ripped pants, it makes you get to that bad boy feel. So unless you have the body, the best way to add the sex appeal as fast as possible is by using your outfits.
That Tesla picture hard too.
Oh, good. I don't really like that photo like that, but yeah.
With the Falcon doors. I mean, another thing to notice just from Prince's Instagram, other than his profile picture, I didn't even see that he doesn't have any selfies. Like it's all professionally took pictures. It gives you a perspective. Like as he's saying, if I didn't know him, if I didn't know his YouTube channel or anything, it would still seem like a guy of class, a guy of swag. It would still give like a guy who actually got his shit together. And this is another guy saying that. So obviously women are going to have a whole bunch of different things that they'll judge you on, but it just shows like different vibes and different personalities. Like you got a picture smiling, which I think that's another good thing that you should do. You probably shouldn't look serious on every picture, especially if you're on a dating profile,
Yeah.
But yeah, just different vibes. That what like inspires you to take your pictures? Do you
I was about to touch on that next. So as I was about to say that. So one thing I recommend is guys look at people who look like you and then try and copy all their photos. So this guy, it's easier. So I know who looks like me. So this guy right here, he looks not that similar, but I can copy his swag. So I try to copy how I try to copy how he poses and all his kind of outfits. So that's how I get my idea. So you have to find people who look like you. A celebrity who looks like, then you want to copy celebrities too, right? So I know if someone likes this guy, they're probably gonna be they're probably gonna like someone that looks like me. So like he has more artistic stuff. So like the next photo shoots I'm going to try and get, I'm going to try and copy his because he has like a artistic fashion kind of vibe. And then another guy is, you guys probably know Idris Samson. So another guy, he looks pretty similar to me. So figure out like who looks good to you and then copy who looks similar to you and then try and copy their swag and the way they pose.
Well, that's one thing I'm wondering too, though. On your Instagram, is just about every picture set up with a photo shoot, or do you ever just be like, "Oh, this is a dope location, snap me up real quick"? Like, are these all photo shoot pictures, or like when you're by the swimming pool and stuff like that? Was that just in the moment you had someone take a picture for you, or was that set up for a photo shoot? You see what I mean?
So I mean, all these photos someone set up for a photo shoot, because like this one, but it's not that good. This is before I started taking professional photos. Like this one of these just regular phones. But I just like professional photo shoots because I like to maximize my results.
Right.
I'm really into taking photos like that. So, but you can do it with your iPhone too.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah. He says, William Francis. Yeah, I'm a black guy, so I follow two guys. Follow you too, Austin Dunn, because I know that woman expect from black guys. Yeah, I think I've heard Austin Dunham say too that he follows a lot of Michael B. Jordan content. Like I heard him talking about Michael B. Jordan a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more work on my Insta and dating profile. Good pointers. Yeah, man. Just it's easier said than done, but try and find someone who looks similar to you or someone who has that appeal, and then try and work your way backwards from there.
And it can make life easier. You know, I still play it hard because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not even on social media other than YouTube and then Facebook. But Facebook is like, you know, it's for family and shit. It's not even necessarily for my channel, you know. So it's like,
Mhm.
but why not make it easier? You can get some professional photos. And I remember hearing, I think it might have been Tate, one of his older videos, where he was like, you could literally only have 3 photos on your Instagram. But as long as they're good quality photos, that's enough to get chicks into you on Instagram. He was like, you don't have to update every day you go to the club or every day you go to school. You can post on your story all you want. But he was like, all you need is like 3 photos. One of you doing something, another one of you doing something, and another one of you doing something. And that will be enough for a woman to judge you and like what she sees.
Yeah, so I definitely agree. Honestly, you really only need like 5 photos. One, you need just a straight up portrait shot of you, right? You can do it on the iPhone, use portrait mode. I know most of you guys are team iPhone. Put in the comments to your team iPhone. Then 2 is to have an activity shot, right? So I took some photos of me rock climbing, but specifically so my back muscles can show. I can show you guys so my back muscles can show. 2, another thing to do is a lifestyle. So that's the beach photo. And then number 4, for your profile, it's always better just to have a slight dog photo. And so those are 4 photos you should always just try and get. And then we're gonna talk about. Let me just.
Let me see. Yeah, man. So you utilize what you guys got, you know?
Yeah. So I took some rock climbing photos just to show an activity shot to bring some more personality. If you guys can see, I got a bunch of them, but only let me show one at a time. But yeah, yo, Lenny was good, bro. Lenny, that's my guy. If you guys know this man, Lenny, he actually has a video on CNB Make It. So it's basically millennial money. So it's talking about guys, how much they make, and it breaks down his income. So he's a 6-figure guy, man. Go watch the video, man. Man's making some money, shows how he budgets and breaks down his money and how to live that high value lifestyle.
Facts.
All right.
And even with his profile photo, that's a good headshot as well, you know. Got like some pretty lighting in the background and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff, it's subtle, but like if you have a light background and then you have something that can reflect off your skin color, a lot of that stuff can help with photos, even if it's just a headshot.
Exactly. And photos nowadays, if you're on social media, photos are everything, man.
Facts.
All right, so, and if you guys want to hop on the stream to ask your dating questions, the link is in the description. Make sure to hop on. We're going to be accepting calls after this video, so make sure you have your question ahead of time. Ricky, all right, my guy Ricky wants to come on. He one of my day ones, so we're gonna talk to him before this video comes on. Ricky, what's good? Man, the player. What's up, man?
Hey. Oh, okay. Can I get in?
Yeah, you in. We can hear you. Oh, yo, one thing. You might have us playing in the background. Mute that real quick. Man, Ricky sent me success stories every day.
Yeah, man. So yeah, yo, I've been watching this guy for almost like 4 years. Yo, I started like, as a virgin, like I had one body, like I was like 20, 21 or 22, and then I used to like watch white guys, but I'm like, shit, man, those guys are not like working with me because so I had to, there was a dude named Brian Black, and then I was watching Brian Black, and then I was like, Black dating coach. So I clicked on, I was like, and then they showed him, and then another dude named Tay Social, and then I've been watching that guy, friends all for 4 years, bro. So, And that dude like teach me a lot of game. But yo, my game is not really online, but my shit is a more like night game. So like I'm very good at night game. And then I have one of my boys. I'm trying to say like put him on the night game, and then I've been winging with him a lot. So and we've been getting a lot of results together. And one thing I want to talk about is the type of result we get, man. So like him is like a really buff, big guy. Like I think you might know him because I always take photo with him. And I'm more like the skinny, tall frame. And so I was like looking at our result, and then the thing I realized is me and him we attract like very different kind of girl from like all the spectrum. Like you know what I'm saying? For example, you might have two bodies. Like we do that experiment all the time. So like me and him, like we'd go like talk to the same girl like on the night. Like one girl might rejected him, and then he takes me, and then the next day, like you know what I'm saying, I get rejected by that girl, and then when he goes like he's calling them. Like we've been going on like double dates, and then you know experimenting that shit. That's really crazy. So I don't really do like online gaming, but like my night game has been getting well good, and then I mean I would love that too, Prince O, because I've been watching his video for 4 years, man, and the improvement that I've gotten from learning from him, like especially from his text game and all that, it's incredible, man. So yo, I mean I'm glad I was able to help on the live, and then take you, and then yo, keep going what you're doing, bro. Like I gotta bring my boys so he can like tell you more about say what we've been doing. But like, hey, we've been putting on the work, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Yeah, that's good, man. Brian Black, I remember him from 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was good, man. That guy knew, bro. Like you guys are beasts, bro.
Yeah. Tay Social too. I remember Tay Social.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But yo, since you're on here, man, just ask any question. What you got, man?
So yo, so I've been getting really good, but like my problem is, yo, like I don't know, for some reason, like whenever I smash a chick like once or twice, I get really attached, man. I kind of want to know like how to not get attached to the baddies. That's my problem. Yo, if I smash a baddie, dude, like I become super needy, bro. I bagged the baddie like super bad chick like a week ago, bro. Like we smashed like twice, and then for some reason she stopped texting me, bro. And I don't know. I become super needy, bro. Like, but she was really hot, man. I was like, fuck, I gotta keep that chick, and then I lost her like 1 week, bro.
Damn. And so the thing is, when you get a chick, that's when the actual game starts. That's why I say. So like all the stuff you learn at the beginning to get her, you still have to kind of like implement at the same time. So like I seen some of the text message. Is that the one? Is that the text message you showed me with the girl?
No, the last one. I think I showed you the Indian shorty, bro. Like you saw her, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, after you start dating a girl, I recommend just let her kind of chase you. So like fall back a little, and so like start texting her less, and start making sure she's the one to ask you to hang out. Once she starts being the one to ask you to hang out about once or twice, that's when the roles kind of reverse, and that's when she starts liking you way more and more. But I will say, I'm not gonna lie, from now to back in the day, once you dated a chick once you smashed her once, she would fall in love with you. Nowadays, these chicks, they're with a whole bunch of guys. So like that frame isn't the same like it is. But I'll say the one thing I learned is falling back a little and letting her chase you more. So make sure she's the one to ask you out at least the third time, or make sure she's the one to start texting you or start like getting to hanging out.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Hey, thank you guys.
One more, you can go up, Mr. One thing. Yo, for you guys who are saying, how can I join the chat? The link is in the chat. So what are you guys saying?
Well, okay. Yeah. What I was gonna say, if he's still listening, is it sounds like he already know where he's messing up at when he gets super needy. You don't ever want to be super needy with a woman. You don't want to be needy with anybody, but especially a chick, because it's just unattractive. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody likes when someone is needy towards them. Even when a chick is needy with me, it can slowly but surely be like, nah, she ain't really like that. And especially after you smashed, I think one thing that that guys do is we'll smash a chick and then we'll get comfortable with her. But you still got to understand this is a woman, her emotions, how she's thinking, everything can change. And you brought up a good point. Is after you smash, that's like the main thing for most guys. That's the main thing we want to do when we first meet a woman, right? We want to smash. After we do that, now it's her turn to put in a little more effort to try to get with us, try to hang out with us more, try to see if we want to smash again or whatever. So after you finally smash a chick, and that's also why I recommend when you hit a chick for the first time or the second time, you hit it like it's the last time, and make sure you blow her back. You know what I mean? Because you might not ever deal with her again. So you want to enjoy it and try to last however long you can, stuff like that. But yeah, bro, like after you smash, the last thing you need to do is get needy. It should motivate you to just be able to get more chicks. Just roll off that momentum of smashing a bad chick and get more women. That don't mean you got to cut her off completely, but damn sure don't get needy, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And yo, Mr. Man, actually, I think you need to drop the link in your chat because I'm dropping it in my chat, but the people in your chat, I don't think they can see it.
Okay. Let me see.
And then so Hayden, I see that you've been asking to join on. I dropped the oh, you said you wouldn't be able to call for a couple hours. All right, but if you guys want to come in and hop in the show, ask any questions, make sure to just the links in the description. All right. Make sure to smash this like button so we get pushed down the YouTube algorithm, man.
For sure. But that was another thing too with the guy that just called in that brought up a good point. Guys, you got to do what works for you. So it sounds like he figured out that night game works better for him. You know, meeting women in nightclubs, or if it's daytime, which is the importance and the value of what we talk about is you need to try out different things. Just because it may seem popular or just because something may seem a little easier, you want to get out of your comfort zone and figure out what works for you, bro. It's the same with business. Some people with business will do certain things, other people will do other things, but the successful business is going to be the person who's good at it. Because, for example, bro, if you absolutely hate online, trying to meet women online, then why would you try it? Same with if you hate meeting women in person. All these things can help you and you can get good at it, but if you absolutely hate it, which means that you've tried it, doesn't mean you hate it just because you never tried it and you're trying to be lazy, then figure out what works for you, because I truly believe every guy has something that can work for them to attract women.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely understand double down work. So I don't say a lot, but personally, day game, I don't really day game that much because I feel like you spend so much time walking and only get one or two approaches. So night game definitely is what I do in online. Yeah. And a part of that, since I don't really like doing too much day game, I figure out how to go to events during the daytime. So like I always preach salsa classes, Pilates classes, spin classes, or even going to events in the city like Young Professional Happy Hour. If you're in a major city, go on Eventbrite. So that's why I always preach going to this, or even going to festivals, because like those are better ways to, I think personally, to meet higher quality women, to meet women in general, than spending all day like, hey, I'm going to day game. Nothing wrong if you like to day game, but I just found it's a better use of my time to go to events.
Thanks. That's right.
All right, let's go into this second. If anyone want to hop on the call, make sure to join. The links is in the chat. Oh, Adam. What's up, Adam? What's up, man? Talk to us, man.
What's going on, family?
What's good?
How you doing, man? How long you been following us?
Well, I've only followed Mr. Man in Action for real.
Oh, for real? All right.
But Prince, I done seen you on, a couple panels though. I done seen you.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, I fuck with Mr. Man in Action, man. He a real one, man. And Prince, I think you a real one too. I ain't got too much into your work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of frauds in the space, man. So we appreciate when somebody real,
No bull. Yeah. So how's your dating life going on, man? You got any questions or?
Yeah. I got a question. I do got a question. Well, this month I've gone on 4 dates this month. Gone on 4 dates. I smashed one of them. Now, but I noticed with three of them, the ones that I didn't smash, I noticed that it was like I don't feel like I built the sexual tension up good. Like it seemed like it wasn't really no spark with them. Do y'all think that's normal as far as my numbers? Because I went on 4 dates. You know what I mean? And
well, out of the one you smashed, what number date was she?
I actually I actually met her at the club.
Okay. And did you meet the other 3 at the club?
Now the other 3 I met doing day game.
Okay. The one you smashed, was it the same night?
Yeah. The one I smashed was the same night.
Okay, so that could be the big difference too, and that's kind of what we talk about. Like a chick in a nightclub may be a totally different chick at 2 p.m. on Sunday. You feel me? So,
Okay.
how many did you go on a couple dates with these other 3 that you haven't smashed, or it was only one time?
Okay, now one of them I went on a date with her, and
Uh-huh.
then I went on one date with her, and then I invited her to the crib.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when she came to the crib, all she showed me, all I could do was see her titty. She was real disrespectful, man. She was gonna show me the titty, but that was all I could really get done with.
Wait, like she actually just like here you go. Here's the fucking titty.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much, man. Pretty
Hey,
much, because
man.
I was trying to get the job done. So I
Yeah.
was like, let me see the titty. So she just, here's the titty, like that type of shit.
Like this is what you want to see?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, bro, and this is probably like some type of stat or anything like that. But in reality, chicks that you meet in the daytime, the chances of you one night standing these chicks or taking them home the same night or even smashing on the first date, I would think that it's a little less than a chick that you meet in a nightclub at nighttime. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's a different dynamic because the chick in the nightclub, she could be lit, she could be turned, she could just be in a better vibe than a chick who just got off work or who's on her lunch break or who just has that whatever mentality. But what I will tell you is whatever you did, however you operated when you were one-on-one with that chick in the nightclub, I would keep that same energy for the chicks you met in the daytime. You feel me? Like don't try to change it too much. Obviously, your approach may be different because it was loud, it was lit, it was lights, it was music, it was probably some dancing going on. But when you were one-on-one with that chick after the club, that type of vibe, just based off the actual dynamic of where you're at with these chicks in the daytime, try to keep that same vibe. That's why I always talk about momentum, like the last guy, how he said he smashed one chick and then he kind of just started feeling her a lot more. If he kept that momentum and he starts to meet more women the same way he met and smashed that chick, it makes it a lot more easier for you. Prince, so what you think?
Nah, you're definitely dropping facts. The only thing I would say is like closing on the first date. It's like 25%. It's not. I don't even think it's even up to 50%. So a lot of times, like you'll probably have to do day twos, especially if it's day game. So I'd recommend like don't cut them off if it didn't happen during the first time. Like a lot of women nowadays just have a filter. Like, no, I'm not doing the first time. So I would say like on the second time, I always recommend, hey, how about we have a taco night? Just have them come cook for you, or you cook outside. You can even go cook for them, man. It's just simple tacos, beef and some tortillas. But then have them come over or even wine. And so a lot of times that second time, that's when I think you should really start gauging the numbers. Is it 25%? Is it 30%? And also like the nighttime to the daytime one, you can't really compare them. Does that make sense? You still should have the same type of energy, but they're kind of two different scenes. It's like comparing like how good you are at getting women when you're in college versus how good you are at getting women at business events. You're like they're usually two different set and they're two different mindsets in lifetime. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the daytime ones, I say just try and get the day twos, and the day two doesn't even have to be a second date. It could just be wine at the crib, or it can just be taco night, or it can just even be going to another bar if you have more success at bars. So it's like don't think why didn't you have day twos with them, or what happened? Did you just drop them?
Okay, now I said that I had a day two with one of them.
Oh, okay.
I told her to come to the crib, and we did a paint sip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the best way to handle this is on the day one. You should try and get them to come to the crib at the day one. So one time if they don't let you, if it doesn't happen on day one, then you can try on the day two. And the easiest way is, hey, let's just have wine back at the crib, or hey, let's just do some hookah back in the crib. So that's one thing I would recommend. And then even for the day two, like it might be because it's the first time at your crib. It's the first time you made your move. So that's why I say like that still counts kinda as the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But don't you're still doing better than most guys. I say that 25%, man. 25% is what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
But actually, okay, now you said that, the ones that I didn't do day twos with, you asked me why I didn't go and do day twos with them.
Mhm.
And I also want to get y'all's perspective on this as well.
All right.
One of them, I tried to kiss her, but she gave me the cheek though.
Wait, was this in the house or was this on the date?
This was on the date. This was, like I'm walking her to the car,
Mhm.
and then I actually got in her car so she could drive me to my car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that I wouldn't say that isn't that bad. I mean, if it's better to make the move inside the crib because you going for the kiss in the car is like seeking validation. Like, does she really like me? Is she willing to kiss me? That's kind of the mindset. And some women just aren't okay with public affection. So I do recommend going for the kiss, but once she's in your place, it all depends.
Okay, so you saying if on the first date, but what if, because we was on the first date, she never was planning to come to my crib?
No, but I say just still invite her back to your crib. Invite her back to your crib. So at the end of the day, I always be like, hey, I don't live too far from you. You want to come back? Or hey, want to play Jenga? So the way I set up my dates is in the middle of the day, I ask, are you good at Jenga? And then she'll be like, nah. And I keep quiet. And she'll be like, why? I'll be like, oh, I got drunk Jenga. We should go play it. And then she'll be like, sure. But majority of the time, it doesn't matter what your offer is. It's just she likes you, she mess with you, she wants to keep hanging out with you, she will say yes. And I'll say you'll get about 50% will come back the first date. 50%. And then once she gets back to your crib, that's when you can make the move. And then since she's back at your crib, she's already comfortable at your crib. And so the next time she comes over, it's like a second chance, second day. Yeah.
But what if she not gonna come to the crib though on the first? That was a situation she didn't want to come back to the crib.
I'm just curious, when you tried to go for the kiss and she gave you the cheek, what did you do afterwards? Like, what was your body language or response?
I said, damn, okay, I must be ugly. All right, that's cool.
Okay, that's probably where you messed up at. You know what I mean? And you might have gave that vibe beforehand. You said you met the chick in the daytime, right? And then you set up a date.
Yeah.
She likes you enough if you were able to get her number, she was able to go out with you. Now, before that kiss, did you touch her at all? Like, did y'all hug? Did you hold her hand? Did you do anything?
I might have touched her hand on the date, but I think that's about it.
Did you hug her when y'all first met up?
I don't think so. Nah.
Okay. So I would recommend that. That's like something super subtle, but I'm telling you, it can get you a long way because it breaks the touch barrier.
What was the date anyways, too? If you don't.
You said what?
What was the date anyways? What was the date?
I took her to 54th Street. 54th Street Bar and Grill.
Okay.
You think 50? You like, man, what you took her to a street? You was on the street with the bitch? Nah.
Took her to 63rd.
That's what I thought, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I cut you off, Mr. Man. I shouldn't keep on going.
No, you good. But I mean, that's the main thing, bro. Like, as soon as you link up with a chick, I don't care if it's because she left her phone in your car. Get the hug in, get the touch barrier, because it's super subtle. But for one, depending on how she hugs you back, lets you know how she feels about you. And remind you, you're just not meeting up with her. If you try to go in for the hug and then she keeps her arms in and just lets you hug her, okay, you got some work to do. If you go in for the hug and she give you a little side hug, you got a little bit of work to do. But if you go for the hug and she's like giving you a real hug, everybody knows what a real hug is. Take it easy, play it cool. So potentially with this chick, when you first met up with her, within that first meeting up at the 53rd, you should have got a hug, super subtle. It's no big deal. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something to say, hey, I'm a guy that when we go out, you're going to get touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get a hug. You might get a kiss. Who knows? but it lets you know, because if you were to do small things like that, it probably would have let you know if it was a good move to go for the kiss or not. And like Prince O said, I like it. It's the, you know, it's the initiative you're going in. So if she hangs out with you again, I'd say it's about a 97% chance that you'll fuck this chick because you already went in for the kiss and she knows that, even if she turned her cheek or whatever. After you said, okay, I might be ugly and stuff like that, what did she say?
I can't even remember what she said. She just joked along with me.
Yeah,
said some type of you know, some playful type stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's, or go ahead.
It might not be your fault though. I would say too, because a lot of women aren't really don't really care for public PDA, like public, like kissing in public. A lot of women don't.
We was in the car though. We was in the car. It wasn't nobody around. We was in the car together.
It still kind of counts though. Still kind of. But I understand what you're saying. It still kind of counts.
Yeah, we was in private.
Another compliance test that I would do too is like, I think you said touch her, like just touch her, even touch her waist while you guys are sitting down. When you're on, I assume this was a dinner date, I wouldn't recommend sitting across from her. I would recommend sitting the booth
next to each other. Yeah, we was right next to each other.
So you can start by like just putting your hands on her waist whenever you make a joke, or touching her arm when you make a joke. And another way to do a compliance test, if you guys are like have a drink together, you could be like, oh, taste my drink, or you want to try it? And then if she drinks your straw, a lot of times she's going to be willing to kiss you. I used to look at that a lot when I was younger, but I haven't done it too much. But I know if she drinks from your straw a good amount of time, she's probably willing to kiss you on the first date. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that's the, you know, more than anything though, it's just a lesson learned. It's not really a big deal because there's probably a lot more that we could dive into it. She might be one of them bougie chicks. She might have been on that bullshit anyway, maybe. But there's always something that we can learn as men. So in your situation, did you at least have a good time? Like, was it a good vibe, or it was like a kind of awkward date?
I mean, we had a good conversation, but I didn't really, the sexual attention wasn't quite there, but you know, it was smooth. It wasn't bad.
Right. What makes you think it wasn't there? Just could tell.
Yeah, because there was nothing, you know, it's the tension. I didn't feel really much tension. It didn't feel like she was super attracted to me. You know, it felt like he was.
Whose job do you think it is to build the sexual tension when it's you and a woman?
I think mainly the man's job.
Yeah, I say 100% the man's job. You feel me? Because women, especially if you're a stranger, you know, as a guy, it's up to you to make it or break it. You know, she's done her part. She lets you know enough. She's willing to go out with you. That means that she's, you know, you might not believe it and don't overthink it, you or anybody else listening. But if a chick is agreeing to go out with you, there's a high percentage chance that she's willing to go home with you. There's a high percentage chance she's willing to have sex with you. The reason she's agreeing to go out with you is to literally get to know you, see how you are, see how you act, see if you can build the sexual tension. If you can, those are the chicks that you bring home the first night. If you can't, those are the chicks you don't bring home the same night. So it really comes down to you at the end of the day as the man to build the tension during the first date. You know, and like Prince O said, not every chick is gonna go for it on the first day. Like, women literally have this rule, and I don't blame them for it. I actually respect it. Like, some women, as bad as they want to, they're not going to be able to talk themselves into going home with you or sleeping with you the first night. It's impossible.
Exactly.
But, go ahead.
And a large part too is like, I mean, you're still doing good, man. 25% is still good, and you're still meeting women from day game. A lot of guys get numbers and can't get women to text them back. But I would say another thing you can implement is called innuendo. So it's like she says, that drink is wet. Oh, wet. See you wet? Or like she says something about long. You make a joke. Oh, long. What you talking about? Oh, you think like that? Or whenever she makes like stuff that you can kind of like make sexual comments on, just try and make those sexual comments. If she doesn't bite on by the second one, then I would recommend stop. Don't keep on doing it. She's not biting, but she jokes around about it for once or twice. Then you can kind of start building up the sexual tension from there. Okay. Or like she might be looking at you staring at you. Oh, why are you undressing me with your eyes or something like that? So you just start trying to throw in lines like that you can always just pull back and say, oh, I was just joking.
I feel that. Okay, I feel that. I might try that out.
Yeah.
I might try that out.
But you're still doing good, bro. I'll say that you're still doing good, and just try and get some day twos if you can as well. But and don't cut off this the shorty that you linked up the second time. Keep on trying.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Is it all right if I ask another question, or am I taking up too much airtime, man?
You good?
You good?
I'm straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna talk about a specific situation, a specific date I just went on. I met this Asian chick. She was about 19 years old. Met her at Sprouts. Everything was smooth. I took her to 54th Street Bar and Grill. Everything was cool. You know, the chick was cool. She even baked some cookies and brought the cookies to the date. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she was cool. She was cool. So we chilling, we kicking it on a date. Everything kind of smooth. And then after the date, this is a red flag for me. I want to know what y'all think about this.
Mm-hmm.
So after the date, so I was walking her to her car, but she was kind of walking in front of me. You know what I mean? She wasn't making it to where we were side by side. She was like walking in front of me a little bit. And so I walked her to her car, and then I also tried to kiss her as well, but she didn't. She was like, no, I didn't. She didn't want to give me a kiss or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Went back to my car. Now I called her on the phone, and I asked her. You know, I was like, I was like, what was going on? Like, you didn't want to kiss me. But you feel as though you're not attracted to me or what? Because I wanted to, get some information for, my future dates or whatever, just because I felt like this one was dead just because of the way she acted. So she said, no, I'm attracted to you. It's just I'm used to meeting men in my social circle. So for me to meet you as a stranger, I'm just a little uncomfortable, doing it this way. So I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. So we texted a couple of times after that, and then we stopped texting. Which I think I should do with that one. Should I drop her, or should I try to fool with her again?
All right. Do you want me to go first? Or you want to go first, Mr. Man Action?
You go ahead.
There's a few things that I think we kind of have to dive deep on. If she brought you cookies on the first day after meeting you from a cold approach from just daytime,
delicious.
Yes, delicious. She was really, really, really invested. Her interest had to be like an 8 at least, or even a 9. I've never had that happen in my life. So her interest was there. So that comfort thing I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like somewhere in the interaction that you went wrong. I don't think her walking in front of you was that big of a red flag. But if you brought it up and you noticed it, that means she must have been walking hella fast, like she was trying to get out of there.
That's not true. No, that ain't true.
Okay, then if she just walking slowly in front of you, I don't think that's a red flag, or walking because she wasn't walking side by side, because I mean she's technically leading direction because she has to find her car. So I wouldn't think of too much about that. So the kiss thing, so the kiss thing is probably where it went wrong. You probably didn't build tension during a date, and it probably came out of nowhere. Do you feel like you built tension during a date? I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to a lot of Asian women, the tension don't really be there from off. I can't say that on the date, but do you feel like you built the tension throughout the course of the date to be able to go for the kiss, or was it like, oh, I'm gonna just shoot my shot?
Nah, I feel like it was more of like I'm gonna shoot my shot type of thing.
Yeah, and so that's where it went. And did you break the touch barrier at all during the date?
Yeah, I touched her hand. Yeah, we kind of held hands a little bit.
Oh, hell, that might have been like boyfriend material, kind of, maybe.
Well, I mean, I was
like this?
Looking at the nails type of thing. It wasn't like I was actually. Well, I did hold it for a second.
Okay.
I looked at her nails. I held it for a second, a little bit after that, and then I let it go.
Okay, that's not too bad. And then, so the biggest mistake I'll say too is when you called her back, like, "Hey, why didn't you kiss me?" It shows that you're overthinking about it too, and so it makes you look a little bit insecure. And so she's probably expecting you to be more confident. That might actually could have been a huge turnoff. That could have single-handedly ruined your whole shot with that girl, because it makes you look needy and kind of desperate. So I know you want feedback, but I don't think you should go from that angle. So the thing is with that girl, what do I recommend after that? Did you try to text her again? You said you texted her a little. Did you try to link up or it just fell off?
Nah. I think she texted. Well, after the date, I texted her. Which after the date, after that call, she texted me
Okay.
a long text message.
Saying what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she texted me a long text message talking about her being uncomfortable meeting strangers and stuff like that. So and I said, okay, I understand that, it's cool. And then she sent me one more text that said, oh, I can't find my vape pen or something. She had a vape pen or something like that. But I didn't respond to it. I just didn't respond. And
Yeah.
that was the end of the interaction. I just didn't respond to that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think you might have to just charge that one to the game. And the uncomfortable with strangers. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think we all know that's somewhat kind of cap because she met with you in person and she brought you cake. I think what happened was the public affection, kissing her. I don't think that's the best strategy. I think the best strategy is you might have been better off just asking, does she want to go somewhere else or come back to your place? I think you would have had at least a 50-50 shot. If she would have said no, then the next time you could invite her back to the place. But the kiss might have been the first step that threw it off. And then the number two is when you called her. That definitely threw off for a minute. And then she sent a long paragraph. After she sent a long paragraph, she probably put you in the X zone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had already put her in the X zone as myself, so I really didn't. I mean, she was already in the X zone. That's why I sent that message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just was trying to get some information. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel you though. I do feel you.
Yeah, I think you're doing good, man. You need to keep this shit up because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know the whole history of how long you've been approaching women, how long you've been dating, how long you've been following the content or whatever, but these are the calls that I hope for. And I'm sure Prince O does too, because we can give you like real situations other than, go talk to the girl, because you're obviously doing that. So that's good because you can just maximize that. You can talk to plenty more chicks. You know what I mean?
Facts.
One thing that I would say when it comes to the date, because that's the beautiful thing about game. And unfortunately, I've realized over the years that I've been doing YouTube is that you can't go too far. Like, a lot of people who search YouTube videos are typically in the beginning. Like the biggest dating content is not necessarily what you do on the date. It's how to get the date. It's how to get the number. It's how to approach women. It's how to text and things of that sort. So I like that you've already went to the next step. But now that you're seeing that you're going on these dates, it's a whole nother step. It's a whole nother process. It's a whole nother thing that you're doing, right?
Yeah.
With you, I think that it comes down to slowing down with these chicks and not overthinking it. Like how you may have been touching her hand. It probably would have helped you out if she was walking ahead of you. If you would have been like, hey, come here real quick. And then you held her hand and you walked in front of her slightly, but it's like arm length or whatever. Now, was this towards the end of the date or the beginning of the date?
It was at the end.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man, and it's not the most popular content. It's not the most popular message, but women love when you hold their hand, like when you're walking with them. Like, you just grab her hand and then you walk up front, and this is like super subtle. That's why it's like I like that we can have this combo. You could do that for like 30 seconds and then let go of her hand. She's gonna literally feel empty. Like, she's gonna be like, oh shit, like I need the hand back. It's just a little tease. It's super subtle, but it's a masculine thing to do. It's something that if you do on a date and you throw it out there, and it's not as affectionate as a kiss, you don't always have to kiss these chicks on the first date. I understand why you're going for it, but like Prince O said, unless, like, when you keep condoms on you, like, did you have a condom on you when you kiss these chicks?
Yeah, I think I did. I believe I did. I usually bring one.
All right. So if you were to kiss these chicks and they were like willing to make out with you in the car and all that, would you have fucked the chick right there in the car on the spot, wherever y'all were at?
I mean, in a perfect world, So
that's like another thing, is that like if you don't have the mentality, or if you've never done it, or if you might have done it before, I don't know, but if you're not really like about that life where you're like, hey, I'm finna blow her back right here in this car, I don't give a fuck, then going for the kiss might not be the best move right then and there, because the kiss could get her hot and bothered. It could get her turned on, But the issue with that is that, you know, let's say y'all are making out and you tell her, hey, follow me back to my place, drop me off in my car and then follow me. Now she's overthinking it. You know, now she's following you back in her car, but she's thinking, okay, we kissed, but I don't know if that was the right move. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm gonna do it, and I know that he's already kissed me, so he might think that I'm gonna do it, blah blah blah. So like Prince O was saying, is that if you're gonna go for a move like that, even though it's just a kiss, right, like it's just like whatever, but if you're gonna go for a move like that, especially on a new chick, make sure it's in an environment where fucking can happen. You know what I mean? Like where if she's willing to kiss you, then you can start doing more things right then and there, because you don't want to build that up and then close it right then and there unless she's, you know, like I said, you're in an environment that can happen. Now, as far as the date and this Asian chick, I'll say this about cutting her off. There are some red flags, but I always look at any type of issue that I have being my fault. And I think if you look at it that way, you might charge it. It might not be nothing else you can do, especially after talking afterwards and she's hitting you with all of that. She's most likely full of shit, so it wouldn't be worth it. But I don't know if I would be willing to say you should cut it off completely. But just see where it's at, because if you link up with her again, there may be something there. Maybe. If not, no big deal. Oh, well, who gives a fuck? Just meet more chicks. But there might be something there. I mean, because shit, her to bring cookies. Did you tell her to bring cookies, or that's just something she did?
Nah, I mean, she said that she made the cookies for her job.
Okay.
And so she brought me some of the cookies that she was going to bring her associates.
Yeah, I mean, chicks like that, just like that would be my type of chick. Like that sounds
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah, she was cool. She was cool. Yeah, she left a $10 tip too. So
Damn,
That's what
I'm
I'm
not,
saying.
gonna,
It's like,
I'm not gonna cap. She sounds like the perfect woman until the text.
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what comes with experience, though, because a chick like that, even with me, that's probably one I wouldn't. I mean, they're all the same in a sense, but that's probably one you would have to slow down a little bit on. I know earlier I said, use the same game. I guess I mean use the same mindset of, hey, like, I can make this happen. But with different chicks, you got to be able to be the same guy, but put a different hat on with different women. So with her, you might have need to slow it down a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, like I said,
on a date too, you can start asking questions like, what's the wildest things you ever done, right? But ease into that. Like, talk about traveling and then talk about, oh, what's the craziest situation ever? Okay, so what's the wildest thing you ever done? Okay, and then ease into that. If she says the wildest thing she ever done was snuck out, leave her house at 11 p.m., you kind of know where to gauge at. Or she said the wild thing she ever done was sniff something in the bathroom, you kind of know where to gauge at, okay? Or she said the wild thing she ever done was mess with a dope dealer, you kind of know where to gauge it. So maybe you can throw that question in just to kind of see where the woman is. She's obviously going to be filtered the first time, but you can still gauge it by how wild that first thing is, and say it smoothly into it in the conversation. Throw it in smoothly.
Okay. Yeah.
let me. I don't know if you're on Patreon or not, but I'll give you. Are you on Patreon?
You asked me, am I on your Patreon?
Yeah.
Nah, I used to be on it though. I was on it at one point.
Okay. Are you able to share the screen real quick, Prince-O? You see that down there? Let me just, for all you other guys watching as well. So these are some things that I put on the Patreon, but this is like questions you can ask a woman from approach to date. So these are simple questions, but I just want to go down towards the date stuff here. So these are simple questions, just to kind of keep the flow going. I don't know if you guys can see the screen. It's kind of small, but what's your favorite color? Do you like animals? Simple, small stuff that you can ask, but then you can go into some deeper questions like, would you prefer me to smack your ass or your face? What's your favorite position? What's your limits? Small little stuff like that. But I'm telling you guys, this is like a first date fucking manual if you guys are going on a first day and you don't necessarily know what to say, because it can help build the tension. But all of these on here, they got things into it. So it's a mindset tip. It's what you got planned for the day. As Prince O said, you may ask the chick what's the craziest thing she done, but in here I also put where's the craziest place you've ever had sex at. do you prefer a kiss or a hug? So if she's like, oh, I prefer hugs. Okay, well, this might be a chick that doesn't really kiss that much anyway. You know what I mean? So to go in for a kiss on a woman who doesn't necessarily kiss much, some women just don't like kisses. You know, they prefer hugs, they prefer to get held. So lot of shit there, man. But I just wanted to give that example of there's different questions you can ask a chick on the first date, and you can make it seem like you're flowing instead of making it, you know, like an interview or whatever. And she'll probably ask you the same questions. What about you? But one thing I love to do during the first date, and I actually learned this from Simple Pickup. It was a long time ago. They called it the question game. Like this shit is the easiest way to break the ice with a chick on the first date. So I'm like, hey, let's play the question game. You know what that is? Most chicks will be like, yeah. Some chicks may say no. It's very simple. We ask each other questions back and forth, but there's some different rules. Number one, we ask each other questions. Number two, we can't ask each other the same question. And number three, if you're uncomfortable with the question, you can say pass. Now, here's a side note, guys. I never pass on the questions because, you know, women are going to follow your lead. So I just throw that out there to give her the option. But every question she asks me, I never pass. But here's the difference. Like, as you guys seen there, I'm strapped with questions. Like, women may just ask you normal shit or whatever. Like, hey, what's your favorite color? I usually start the game off light. What's your favorite color? She says blue. Then she might be like, well, what's yours? You remember, you can't ask me the same question. So she may ask me some bullshit, you know, what city you from or something. But you just want to build on that. And literally, bro, by the time, I mean, you don't want to overplay the game. So I do want to let you guys know you don't want to wear it out. But by the time you get to like 8 or 9 questions with the woman, you literally in the back of your head know everything you need to do to proceed for the rest of the date. So I definitely recommend you guys implement that on these first dates with these chicks, because it's going to let you know everything you need to know if you're asking the right questions and if you're paying attention.
Yo, that's fire game, bro. That's fire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Man, I owe somebody a consultation fee, man. After that, man, that was
yeah, man. Y'all hop on a So Fresh So Clean Patreon, man. It's a lot of shit over there, and that's why I said that's the type of stuff I would love to talk about. But I know the type of platform YouTube is, and I know a lot of guys are just, you know, how do I get over anxiety and, you know, approach anxiety, which is a real thing. So I'd rather push that on a public platform. But if you guys get on the exclusive platform, literally that's it's like 3-4 pages. And I had a chick type it out for me. So all the spelling and shit is correct. You know what I mean? But it's just questions that you can ask a chick, bro. And literally by the end of like you on the question thing, you can ask her what's her favorite position. You know everything about this chick, bro. And she may only know a simple shit about you because women aren't that creative. They're not looking at content like this. They're not thinking about stuff like this, but
yeah.
It's
and
a motherfucker.
One thing I throw in too is watching, like keeping up with, you don't have to necessarily watch a show, but keeping up with some of the shows. So like there's a show on Netflix called Sex Life, right?
Oh yeah.
And the woman basically, like every woman who's probably seen it, but the woman basically leaves her husband to go be with the bad boy that she's always dreamed about. And you can start having conversation. Yo, what you think about that? Would you actually do that? Oh man, what's the craziest thing you ever done? So lead in through like that way. So those are ways you can kind of do it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't on YouTube live stream, I probably would have gone in. I'm like, man.
Facts.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Y'all mind if I just give a summary of what everything y'all told me and then see?
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much, okay, first date. You know what I'm saying? Who would go on the first date, right? And then if, but don't try to kiss her necessarily, unless y'all in like a situation where I could go all the way, where I could smash.
Hit or miss. I wouldn't say it's a never or a yes thing, because even in this question shit I was talking about, there's a question in there asking a woman, do you want to kiss me? And if she say yeah, just go in and kiss her. If she say I don't know, just be like, oh, just wondering. It was just a question, you know. So there's different ways to do it, but generally I would say, you know, no.
I mean, even in the car too. I don't know, the how good your success rate is going to be in the car. I'm gonna be real with you.
Facts on
Yeah.
a new chick for sure.
Yeah, especially if it's not from a bar. If it's just a day game session, I don't know how practical that's going to be. But keep on going with your summary.
Okay, so basically, if it's a day game situation, go on a date with her, try keep build the sexual tension, but keep it cool. Be willing to go on that second date and be like open to fucking her on the second date. Is that kind of what y'all was saying?
Yeah, I just
yeah.
think you should introduce the option or introduce fucking on the first date. Like make it clear. So on the second date, it might not be just straight fucking, but she knows that it's highly more likely. What you saying, Prinzo?
Yeah, I was saying like I always recommend trying to get her to come to your crib first date. She says no, she's probably going to be willing to do a second date, or she has the idea. So that's what I recommend. If you have a way to get her to come back to your place, always ask that on the first date. Just have an incentive. It's going to be, hey, come look at my dog. Hey, come play Django with me. Hey, you want to go? Let's watch Creed on Netflix. Let's watch Woman King or something. Just a way just to get her back. Or hey, it's getting late. I don't live too far. Let's just go check it out. So that's what I recommend. I mean, personally, I don't recommend waiting to. I always try the first date, and then second date. That's when I go if I can't get a first date.
Okay, so but on the second date, you just invite her to the crib, though, right?
Ideally, not every woman's gonna come to the crib, but ideally, in the perfect word.
That's what you're trying, though. That's what you're shooting for. You say, hey, come to the crib. After the first day, you saying asking her to come to your crib.
Yeah, but I'm not saying come to the crib. I'm saying let's cook together or something like that. Yeah, but on a high level
movie, yeah.
Okay, I got it, man. I done fouled that. That's in my brain. It's fouled in there.
Yeah.
But Mr. Man in Action, man, what you I was wondering, do you think that your page is not like blowing up? You think it's because they shadow banned you because you was getting domed from that from back in the day on the stream?
It could be piece of that. Like that definitely, because I did get a strike for that. They deleted the videos, all that.
Yeah,
it could be a piece of that, but I think a good amount of it is also with me because I took a long break from YouTube and shit like that. So it's just a matter of me continuing to put out good content and stay consistent because it is what it is. I knew from the beginning that my content wasn't gonna be able to be huge because a lot of guys, especially now, are more focused on hating women, putting women in their place, telling guys about women's nature. My focus has always been, it is what it is. I still want to fuck her though. It is what it is, but I still want to deal with women. And I know that that's a lot of guys' mentality is that, yeah, women, they be playing, they be on some BS, but I'm still a guy. She still got some big titties. So what's up? You know what I mean? So I already knew my content wasn't going to go crazy. But for the homies like yourself and everybody else that still taps in, that's really who I do it for. It's I know that this type of stuff I talk about, it ain't for the masses. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, guys, when you talking about approaching, that's not what guys are watching nowadays, man. Guys,
that's not what they're doing either. Yeah,
hypergamy. Like, how many guys are actually talking about how to approach a girl? Like, I can't name more than 5 people on my hand, but I can talk about how many people female nature reaction to all these women.
Yeah,
right. I'm with you, man. They got me on here about to get my passport, man. I'm about to get my passport, man.
Get the passport, man.
It's so much. It's so much things that's going against. There's so much content out there now that's going against what guys actually want. Because you think about it, like all these guys complaining and trying to find all these other solutions, it's just because they want the woman, and guys will go to crazy extents to get the woman. And all I say is shit. All you gotta do is hit the field, get 5 numbers a day, and you'll start to see patterns. You'll start to see results. And any guy can do it. Like I like to simplify this shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it too complicated. I don't want to make it too tricky. I don't even want to give you a time limit of how long it's going to take. You can literally go out tonight and learn about women and female nature and how to get chicks if you apply the action that myself and Prince O channel give you. So in yourself, I mean, you're doing it. You're living proof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now I mean I don't know. I actually had one more question, like, but I don't know. I don't want to take up too much airtime. You know what I mean?
You
Yeah,
good?
one more person's waiting. One more person's waiting in the
Okay.
on
Okay,
the
that's
show.
cool.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, man. Come on
Yeah.
next week. Tell us. I want to hear about your success. What happens next week? So just tell us if our advice works, man. And it was
Okay.
good
Yeah,
to
man.
talk to you, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. We need some real ones in the space, man. I appreciate what y'all do.
All right,
All right, bro.
All right,
peace.
family. All right.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, man?
It's good, homies.
Y'all, how you living?
City.
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
yeah, let's talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Don't got any questions necessarily dating related yet, but stopping by, seeing what's up. You guys been on any dates recently?
Have I been on any dates? I've been mainly focused on business, and I mean, I'm seeing a chick right now, so I've been mainly focused.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I forgot about. Yeah, I've been low key. I mean, when I was in the streets, doing my damage, man, I wasn't posting content like that. I wasn't really. It was hard to focus on business, work, getting money, gym, all that stuff. I mean, it's a balance. So like, I've just been on monk mode type of time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Word. Yeah. I was thinking too. I had put a poll. Actually, let me see it. I was thinking about Prince. So, did you ever see when I used to do live in the fields, bro?
I seen some of them. I remember I used to do them at the mall.
Yeah, mall, Walmart, wherever the hell. But I'm
Did you ever
thinking
get
about
caught,
getting back on
filming
that shit.
this or no?
Say yeah?
Did you ever get caught when you film your infield, like ever? Or
Yeah, yes and no. Like sometimes, chicks will be like, "What? You're on Instagram or something?" And I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm just vlogging on YouTube." You know
yeah,
what I mean? But my biggest concern doesn't necessarily be caught. It's just muting the volume at the right time so that folks won't hear the number or whatever. But it looks like a lot of guys on the poll that I put said that they want to see that again. So I think I'm gonna get back to it because I've definitely been in the field. I had a hell of a day yesterday on day game, and I ended up running into this chick. I ended up running into this chick that I used to talk to and I used to smash, and she didn't even remember me. I said, "Damn, that's fucked up. My dick ain't shit." Because this is a chick I used to smash. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, motherfucker!" But she changed her hair, she moved, and all that. I think she was friendly a little bit, but I ended up getting her new number, so we'll see what's up. But yeah, man, I was like, man, I think I'm gonna get back on the live in fields for you guys so you guys can see it in real time. So stay tuned for that.
Man,
yeah, those sound very annoying to film. I'm not gonna lie. Just like
It is. I'm talking
the
about like
camera
literally
and all
live
that.
on my phone because if you do that shit, I mean, I've done it before where I actually got someone filming and then I'm mic'd up. Yeah, that can get tricky. Tricky as fuck.
Yeah. That's a bet. And then yo guys, drop any more questions you guys have in the chat. Put any more questions you guys have in the chat. We're gonna go for like basically like 5-10 more minutes. So
Word.
yeah.
You want to finish up that clip that we had up real quick?
Oh yeah. I mean, we could save it for next week, or do you want to finish it now?
Let's go ahead and get out the way because I know it's popular now. And then if nothing else pops up as questions, we'll get up out of here because I'm actually about to go out after this.
Oh, for real? Yeah, I'm trying to go to
on a weeknight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess it's Thursday, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm trying to hit the gym, counter against hypergamy. Oh, I'm still shit. Hold up. Give me a second.
that passport, man. I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'm going to
they got
Brazil.
some discounts.
All right. We're only going to play like 5-10 minutes of it because you won't understand the gist of it.
Wait. Which one is this? I was talking about the one with the Creed dude.
Oh, we already went through pretty much all of it already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 more minutes, but we got the whole gist of it.
Okay.
You still want to go through this one?
Which one is this?
This
no,
one.
I guess we can hold out on this one. I didn't know if we had finished up the.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we basically got through the whole thing. This one was basically about hypergamy. And
yeah. We'll wait on that one for next week. And if you guys got any videos that y'all want to see me and Prince O review, send them on email, drop a comment below, drop it in the live chat, hit me up on Patreon, and we'll get to reviewing some videos for you guys as well.
You know what's crazy is I've been talking to a girl on Hinge, and then I went like a day and a half without responding to her last message. I opened it up this morning and it's like completely gone. I'm like,
she deleted her whole damn profile.
I mean, to be honest, we were responding back and forth like pretty quick, but then I guess that day and a half pause, man, just took it as a turn off.
Yeah,
it get like that.
It'd be like that. I mean, they're so used to rejecting guys, but as soon as a guy kind of like they feel is rejecting them, or they feel like he doesn't like them, they unmatch. That's the thing with him. They have so many matches, so much abundance. Like it's okay just to lose any guy.
Yeah,
but I mean,
and that's what's crazy too. At least from my experience, when you texting a chick, it's like so easy to fuck it up if she doesn't really know your sense of humor or personality. Like it's so easy for her to get turned off or to take something too serious, or even if you try to change the subject, you're like, "Oh, well, why'd you bring that up? That was random." It's crazy.
And the funny part about texting, my whole channel blew because of texting. But the reality is, bro, I'm a dry, boring texter because I know how much you can mess it up.
Bro, you can shoot yourself in the foot over texting a chick, especially if it's too long, if it's too much, because I think all you guys know, especially if you're dealing with a new chick, whether it's on dating app or a number, in the back of your head when the text has died out. Yeah. Like whether it's the next day or now you're like sending good morning or what you doing, you've asked your general questions, and that can make you or break you. So guys, be careful with texting. Don't get too lost in it. But it depends on the woman and how you met her and stuff like that on what your text game is talking about.
The funny part is on a coaching call, I'm like, dang, your text game is better than my text game.
Get like that, yeah. Yeah, that's how Dred Scott in the chat. I done linked up with him on a live camp in my A. He's out there in New York, and this motherfucker got real game. You know what I mean? Like some of the guys that be watching it, just like the buddy that was just on here. It's you guys. That's why I like the smaller community, because I know everybody in here. Well, not everybody, but majority of people in here, they got to be applying some type of action, or they want to, or they wouldn't be soaking this up. So. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone that came on, either you knew or I knew, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, that's a bet. I'm about to end the stream. All right, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Check out Mr. Man in Action's channel. And make sure to check out Velvet Cake's channel. I freaking love you guys, and we're out.
Peace.